Hello, everybody, and welcome to the weekly YouTube recap. Hello, Shay. Hello, K-pop Miranda. How is everybody? And hi, Mikey. I know you were here before. Got a lot to cover. A lot of stuff happened this week. Lots of craziness. I feel like it's supposed to be that time of year where Christmas is coming. Everyone is supposed to be happy and cheerful and, thankful that they had another year. And it just is not happening. Everyone is just going insane. I don't know if it's because it was another year of dealing with Covina and having restrictions and being worried and just locked up. But I just feel like we need to get back to normal somehow. You're more like my pain in the ass, Dom. But with that being said, of course, it's the celebration of Hanukkah, which I know a lot about Hanukkah, even though I am not Jewish personally. My mom worked with a man for, oh my God, almost 28 years. So I knew him. I worked for him for a little while too before he retired. And he is from Israel. He taught me a lot about Hanukkah. We got menorahs. My dad was nicknamed, I know it sounds bad now because everyone has an opinion about everything, but he was nicknamed the Rebel Jew because he was always stingy with his money. It was a nickname back in the 90s. So they got him a menorah with the motorcycle. The menorah was on top of the motorcycle. I've learned about Hanukkah. We've celebrated Hanukkah. My grandfather also worked for a Jewish funeral home, so I learned a lot of traditions through them, and I personally love Hanukkah. I think it's a great time of the year. It's another celebration, Christmas, Hanukkah. Everyone is celebrating. Well, Trisha is now, as we know, she is now following the Jewish religion. And she is doing 8 days of Hanukkah. So her first Hanukkah stream was on Sunday. And it was just her sitting down with Moses, answering questions that the chat threw out. Oh, thank you. You're so awesome. Oh, and Miranda, that's fine too. I like K-pop though. K-pop Miranda, girl. You didn't know that? Oh, yeah. So she's been doing streams every day, lighting the menorah for every day of Hanukkah. But her and Moses are like, well, Moses has attended a couple streams, but the first one he was there. He didn't know how do you not know any of the Adam Sandler songs? Adam Sandler has all these crazy, awesome songs. There's one from The Wedding Singer, and then she didn't know the other Adam Sandler Hanukkah song. I mean, I can sing them for you, but I don't think people want to hear me sing. But it's like, even Moses never heard of them. I'm like, how do you not know that? But, okay. A subscriber asked if she was taking Moses last night. If they were like, I don't know how to describe this. That if she's been talking to Moses's family now that Hanukkah has started, if they've been celebrating with them, and if they've come together for the holiday, and she kind of was just like, no, not at all. And it was just like, why? Like, this is supposed to be that time of year. Like, she's getting married soon. Like, legit, she's getting married soon. And she's having, she talked about it in this stream too. She's having 3 weddings. But she confirmed that the third had to be postponed, which is the one that's going to be in Israel. So she's having one that we have no idea where it is because she's keeping it a secret. The second one is technically her honeymoon, because they're actually going with people, but they're doing a ceremony there in Hawaii. And then they're leaving to go on their actual honeymoon without people. And they had planned the third one to be in Israel because he has family over there. And I guess they had planned this last year into this year. And with everything happening with Covina, they're still planning to go to Israel in March so they can go see his friends and family. But they're still going to plan a wedding for a different part of the year for like his friends and family in Israel. I think that's like kind of overdoing it in a sense. Like 3 ceremonies. I mean, I don't know. That's just me. And then going on a honeymoon with people and then going on another honeymoon, that's a lot. That's a lot. And one of her subscribers did ask, like, well, like, are you going to be doing more traveling this coming year? And she said, instead of doing parties, all this money she spends on parties, she wants to go to Rome, Paris, because she only went to Paris when she went to Disneyland. She wants to go to Italy. And she said if she goes to Italy, she'll have to not be vegan for a week because now she's vegan, everyone. If you didn't know that, too. The one that did a stream not even 2 years ago where she sat down, I forgot the streamer's name, sat down with him. We're eating vegetables, and every vegetable she touched, she was cringing. Oh, tastes like a tree, nasty, this and that. And now she's like raw vegan, even though she slipped up last week and ate a Milky Way. That's a Snickers. I keep saying Milky Way because I have Milky Ways on my end table in the other room. Oh yeah, she's so about being vegan, Miranda. She's like posting, "Oh, these cabbage potato chips are better than actual potato chips, and this cactus tastes like sherbet, and this is better than fast food." But she almost gave up being vegan this week though at one point. She actually did a stream where she was like crying and upset that she couldn't do it anymore and she was going to give up being vegan. And if she did, it would like ruin everything she's been trying to work on. And that turned her now to go more raw vegan. So I'll give her that. She's doing good. Do I think she's actually really a vegan? In my opinion, I think she's kind of doing it for show. I mean, or doing it to look good for her wedding. Either or. She should be eating healthy. She wants to look her best. I get it. Everyone does that for their wedding, not just like Trisha. But she said if she goes to Rome, she's going to have to give up being vegan for the week because she wants to eat all the pizza she can and all the pasta she can. They also want to go to Tokyo, or they are going to Tokyo for Moses' birthday. And they're going to Israel, of course, in March, like I said, and hopefully planning another trip to Israel so that they can do their wedding. That's a lot of traveling. I mean, maybe it's better she travels and sees the world and maybe spend some time away from the internet. But I highly doubt that. As long as she doesn't follow the vegan teacher, she'll be okay, right? Don't follow her. She's crazy. That lady. Oh my God. I remember doing research for BX on her and she was crazy. Oh my God. So one of the other things was someone asked in her stream that night, have you talked to Jenna Marbles? And she was like, no. And she was like, I wonder what Jenna is doing. Because Jenna is now not on YouTube anymore. And she was just like, I don't get why she would want to like just disappear, get off YouTube, not post. Because Trisha could never imagine not doing it. Well, Jenna is probably very happy she's away from this internet and all the crazy drama and craziness that goes on these YouTube streets. But she sat there and pondered it and kept saying it. Like, why would she give this up? I don't understand why she would just like leave all these followers. Like she even like looked to see, she's like, wow, she had all these followers. Some people just need to go away. Some people just want to better themselves and just not be on YouTube anymore. It happens. And Moses even said, well, maybe she's made enough money to do something that she wants to do, like music or artwork. Maybe she's working, and no joke, Trisha snapped back. Like, as he was like, maybe she's working. She's like, no way. She would not get a real job. And then he was like, no, I'm not talking about like that. He's like, I'm trying to say like consulting with bigger companies, developing things with business. It's like, what? Even if she did get a real job, what does that matter? People can do other things than YouTube. I don't think Trisha could ever do a real job, but she did say when she was talking about Jenna that if she ever gave up YouTube, she could see herself doing, consulting for Adam and Eve. And she said that they would pick her up in an instant. Yes, she is very big with Adam and Eve as their sponsor. She does a lot of adult content, let us just say that. And yeah, they probably would pick her up. But if she's not like promoting it on YouTube like she does, I don't really know how much they would just be like, yes, let's get Trisha. Yes. Oh my gosh. You have almost 700? Well, I am one of them. Ah, that's awesome. You go, girl. I'll have to post your link in the description for everyone to check you out. Because I got a lot of replay crew people too. So let's hope that maybe one day, Trisha gives up YouTube and is a consultant for Adam and Eve. That'll be a shocker. So there was a lot of just BS talk. It was literally BS talk. Oh, Trisha this. Oh, Trisha that. Like someone asked, Trisha, is TikTok taking over YouTube? And that turned into a 20-minute conversation about how Trisha thinks that YouTube will always be around long term for the podcast, Jimmy Kimmel, which I didn't get that one, and other things. But it changes so much, and right now the direction it's going in, it's more for music videos and high-end entertainment and podcasts and corporations. I don't see YouTube like that because as a creator, I do my own thing here. We have a lot of fun. I hang out with you guys in other streams, and there's still a big platform for YouTube. Is TikTok still like kind of a thing and big right now? Yes, I was actually looking at TikTok myself. I do. Because I have my followers hidden. It doesn't let people know when I follow them. So that's probably why you didn't know. That's like the bad part, like when people have their followers hidden, you don't get to see when someone's following you. But hey, I appreciate it, and I'm glad you follow me too. See? But yeah, so she thinks that TikTok is going to be like, the next big thing, and TikTok is going to be awesome, and that YouTube is going nowhere, and that TikTok is going somewhere. I still think YouTube is going somewhere. We just need to get rid of all these crazy people that think that their opinion really matters to like 5 people, because honestly, like, there's a lot of people that just start channels for their opinion. They're not entertaining us. They're not giving us content. They're just talking. This is why, I love doing streams like this, but I'm also trying to give you content when I do my Ipsy videos, my makeup videos, my nail videos, my Project Runway. Yes, this is technically content. We're not sitting here just trashing people. I watch videos, I review them, and I recap them for you guys. It's fun. But the people that just go on YouTube to just give us their opinion about every other YouTuber, I don't see how that is content and how they're really going to keep growing. I mean, that's just me. But anyways, that was Trisha's first night of Hanukkah. Before I went live, Trisha was live and she revealed that she got lip injections again today. Hello, AT2. And here's one of our greatest creators. I love AT2. If you guys have not checked it, I know you guys all know who AT2 is, but for anyone on the replay crew, go check out AT2's Vlogmas, because I was going to do Vlogmas and I was like, nah, that's just a lot of work. I give you credit for doing it. So go check out AT2's channel, check out his Vlogmas, and go hang out with me and AT2 sometimes. I'm over there. So, but yeah, so that was her Hanukkah day one stream. She's been doing them every day. Today, she got lip injections and she like literally got on camera and was talking, covering her mouth, which I have the beginning part of the stream. And just like, oh my gosh, guys, I look so bad. Like, but then she's sitting there saying like how she's addicted to lip filler. How do you know if you're so? Let the commercial play and then I can play it for you guys. I have photos. So yes, she is bruised. I don't get the whole duck lip theme anymore. Like, isn't that gone? Isn't that not a thing anymore? Like, she literally has duck lips. Like, she's probably, I hope, like, we don't know exactly when her wedding date is, but I hope she gives it at least 2 weeks before her wedding date, because the swelling needs to go down. Oh, yes, right. She does. She does like to strike people. I'll just dispute it. NBC likes to copyright claim me and strike me too. Because of my Project Runway streams. Every week, I get a copyright claim. Before I even posted the video today, I got a claim from NBC. And I was like, listen. 30 seconds, me commentating, and then another 30 seconds of me showing the designs. You should be happy I'm promoting your Project Runway stuff. Because people actually like that. But apparently, I didn't realize too, because of some of the content, they don't let people in like Puerto Rico or United Nations. I forgot there's a couple places that they don't allow because has NBC stuff in it until it gets disputed and overturned. These people can't watch it regardless. And I'm like, what? I didn't know this. Oh, yeah. So technically, she said she got some from the bottom removed and some added to the top is what she said. And we will look real quick at them. And yeah, let's share the audio. Why not? Why not? This is how she started her live stream. Covering her mouth.
Hey guys!
Howdy,
what is up? How's everyone doing?
I will say, I like her nails. I'll give you that,
got
Trisha.
Lip filler. How's everyone? Can everyone see me? Can everyone hear me?
We're not gonna wait that long. She like doesn't show for like a minute and 40 seconds. So we're gonna skip ahead though.
All right, here we go.
Here we go. Let's see.
Can you guys see?
We can see you.
Get ready?
Yeah, we're ready.
It's a little bruised, but I got the bottom dissolved here. And I got a little bit here, but the bruising should go down.
Yes, it is swelling. I keep forgetting, but you could tell she definitely has the bruise right there, which I have photos too.
But yeah,
I feel like she's been wearing this sweater though for all 8 days of Hanukkah. Unless she has like 8 of them. She probably does. It's her merch line, but unless it's the same sweater, she's literally been wearing that for like 8 days. I didn't get to catch the whole stream because she started this 2 hours ago. I started cooking dinner and I just like, it was like, oh my God, Trisha's live. Oh, got lip injections today, live reveal. So I saw that and I was like, oh gosh. Like I said, I hope for her sake, hello gamer guy, that she gives it some time to heal. Now, I did take better photos of her lips because I did take screen like standstills for us so we can look at them too. And then we got to get into what happened with H3 and Saltzy news. We got some Saltzy and Natalie news for everybody too, because that is crazy. I was reading that to Dom actually last night and going, wow, this is just insane. Like, I've never met, there's just crazy people everywhere, but the crazy, crazy, crazy people seem to like be on YouTube. Like, no, don't get me wrong. There are normal people like us, but then like the really insane, crazy people are like hiding in the bushes and they come out of nowhere. It's creepy and scary and stalkerish, and I don't know, some crazy stuff. Crazy stuff that makes me like turned off from YouTube. All these crazy people, not gonna lie. Okay, so here is who's Sunshinery? That's me. I know, I go by Jackie Sunshine, but Sunshinery is the name of the channel. So when I go on to Siwa's channel, I put on Sunshinery, and I just been keeping it that way. So, I mean, we all know my name is Jackie. My nickname is Jackie Sunshine. I've been Jackie Sunshine since high school, guys. Since 2002, when my friend gave me that nickname. And everything has been Jackie Sunshine. So, I could just put Jackie Sunshinery now, but I believe in it as Sunshinery. I don't see why. It's cool. It's the channel name. People know Sunshinery too. They know me as Jackie. Either or. Doesn't matter. Like Miranda. We got Miranda. Some people call her K-pop. Some people call her just Miranda. I call her K-pop Miranda. Yeah, no, I'm just kidding. So if we look at this photo right here, you can really see the bruising big time in the corner, and I'll magnify it some for us. It's definitely bruised. I don't see where she got it dissolved. I think she got it dissolved on the inside, but puffed it out on the outside, is from what I'm guessing. And isn't that like a fire hazard, lights on a couch like that? Because don't they get hot? Well, right there, you can see it's like permanent duck lips. Permanent. I feel bad. But yeah, so Trisha is just, and then apparently she's like defending the Ace family because Ethan is, of course, going after the Ace family on H3 podcast. So now she's defending him because anything Ethan does, she doesn't do, right? That's just how Trisha works. But speaking of Ethan, December 1st, Ryan Kavanaugh, who owns Thriller, who does like the YouTube Twitch boxer thing, has filed his number three lawsuit against Ethan Klein. And I understand why Ethan is mad. Believe me, because I see why he's upset. It feels like Ryan's going after him for no reason. And freedom of speech, like literally this new defamation case against Ethan, I'll pull up the tweets that I have, but it's all because he read an article that some other news outlet, Variety, put out. And he didn't like that Ethan read the Variety article. How are you going to sue Ethan for defamation? You should be taking that up with Variety, who wrote the article, in my opinion. So this was Ethan's tweet, though, that he posted on 11:30, saying Ryan Kavanaugh is trying to get my channel banned from YouTube, a powerful media person who has gone to every length to destroy me for criticizing him. Everyone needs to pay attention now. Not only is fair use on the line, but powerful trying to shut down channels for criticism. And this is why Ethan's client's being sued. And this is just the complaint for damages. And this is the new law office that he hired, which apparently this new law office is a huge law office that is for defamation kind of claims. And it's like $800 an hour just to have like a sit down with your lawyer. So if Ryan, he missed a filing. I have that too, because Emily D. Baker covered that, and I watched that. But like literally, another one. And then here's H3 needs to stop harassing, harming, and attempting to destroy other people's lives, spreading false and malicious lies. Unfortunately, it looks like I'm going to have to be the one to stop him. I believe within months his channel will be banned from YouTube. Ay, ay, ay. So Ethan, then, this is part of that tweet. This Wikipedia user, who claims to be Ryan Kavanaugh, said he has sent legal notices to YouTube, Twitch to get me banned. This person also said a third lawsuit would be filed this week, which leads me to believe it's actually Ryan. So if we look at the photo, it says, unless I'm reading this wrong, it appears that Cav admitted on Wiki to being the one who got the channel banned for a week back in August, not Keem. Oh, snap. It wasn't Keemstar, everybody. So it says, I have all press much more recent copies of legal actions against H3 for attempting to disseminate these very same falsehoods. If you would like to review them, as well as copies of legal complaints sent to YouTube, which ultimately resulted in them being banned with 2 strikes for a week, and now hopefully permanently. Twitch is also reviewing the same into the ban. So this whole thing with Ryan Kavanaugh started because of the fight that was with, I forgot who it was with. It was the Ace family fight. It was a TikToker and YouTube boxing. And after it was already pay-per-viewed, the next day he showed the clip saying this is what happened last night. And that's why Ryan ultimately sued Ethan to begin with. I actually covered it in a YouTube recap back then when they first started this war. And now this is like the third one. So then Ethan said, Ryan also sent me this threatening DM on Instagram, which reads, I'll make it a little bigger for us. Ethan, I'm not sure why you have decided to take it upon yourself and show to malign, attack, slander, defame me. I don't know you. I also don't know why you are spending thousands dollars to have thousands of dummy accounts post fake statements about me on my Instagram, and tens of thousands to have fake app store reviews of Thriller. First off, how do you know it's Ethan? How do we know it's Ethan? That's what I want to know. People can accuse Ethan of having these sock accounts, but how do you know that this is actually Ethan's sock accounts? How do you know he has sock accounts? How do you know that these are him? Like, people assume. I actually have a funny assumption to this. But anyways, let's just continue before I get there. Worst yet, you dedicated an entire show of yours reading your own fake reviews. He was reading reviews, but they doesn't necessarily mean they were fake. While amusing and slightly annoying at best, I would advise you Stop and negate your damages now. Your toy podcast seems fun and all, but this is real business. Real business. Yeah, they could hire a cyber forensic tech to see if it's really Ethan, like the IP addresses and all that. But they have not shown proof that, like, Ryan hasn't shown proof anywhere that the IP addresses all match, or they go back to like his business or like people he works for. Because we know Dan and all of them could be making these for him too. We don't know that though, but it's possible. People make sock accounts. Your toy podcast. I like that though. But this is real business, guys, and with real consequences. And you are causing real damage. Clearly, you are a very unhappy and disturbed human to take it upon yourself to attack someone you don't know with false and misleading information. Sounds like other YouTubers that we know, don't we? Especially to spend tens of thousands of dollars on it. Well, that's just crazy. But it must stop. You have been warned, and I will not be threatened and maligned and stand by idiotly govern yourself accordingly. One, always review your retweet, Ryan. That is just, or your DM before you press send. Because you do have some spelling errors. And you're supposed to be a businessman, right? This is real business. So yes, that was what Ethan had up though. I want to pull up the Emily D. Baker stuff. And here's the Variety article. I forgot about that. Here's the actual Variety article. So he made this post back in June where he read the Variety article. They're saying that he read it on H3, but I was watching back in June. Must have been one that I wasn't watching. That's all I know. But this is the actual article, which I do have it pulled up because I was looking at it, and it says Ryan Kavanaugh accused of being ex-partner of running a Ponzi scheme, which is very, defaming if it's not true. I have not read the article, but I can only imagine what it says about him. So the next day, though, Emily D. Baker did a case update for the Thriller H3 because there was supposed to be a filing and Thriller actually never filed. He missed it. So Emily updated us all on her beautiful Twitter, and I do have that for us. So Miss Emily, I love Emily D. Baker. I love all law stuff. That's just me. I never thought I'd love law stuff. And now look at me. I love it. Has Thriller given up? Thriller misses an important filing deadline in the Los Angeles lawsuit against H3, TED Productions, and Ethan Klein. Interestingly enough, Ryan Kavanaugh, co-owner of Thriller, personally sued Ethan the same day that the filing was due. So the day that the filing was due was the same day that Ryan personally sued Ethan. So Thriller, who's owned by Ryan Kavanaugh, is suing Ethan. The day that they had a deadline for a filing, Ryan decides he's going to personally sue him. Like, screw that filing. Let's just personally sue him. It makes no sense. And she put Thriller misses court deadline, an H3 lawsuit, Miss Emily D. Baker right there. I love it. Thriller has sued the H3 podcast, their companies, and Ethan Klein in federal court over the streaming of the Ben Askren versus Jake Paul fight in Los Angeles over statements made about Thriller app, including alleged false app reviews over. So they need to have some kind of proof if they're accusing him of false app reviews here as well. In the case, the LA case, client has filed an anti-SLAPP motion to have the case dismissed. The motion was argued on 11/19/2021. If it's granted, the case will be dismissed with prejudice permanently, and losing party Thriller will have to pay the cost of legal fees. The court asked for a small amount of additional briefing that was due 11/29/2021. As of 11:30, there is a filing from Klein and nothing from Thriller. Interestingly enough, Thriller's co-owner, Ryan Kavanaugh, sued Ethan Klein personally for defamation on 11/29. She said, well, it continues. The saga continues. So this is what she put. Pretty much, if we make this bigger, so defendant's brief is due on 11/29. Okay, the court, and it's simultaneously, and that it. There's no reply. There's nothing further. Keep it to no more than 7 pages each. Okay. I want to give you a full opportunity to let me know if I have discretion to do this and why I should accept late evidence at this late hour. I'm going to determine once I review it on the 29th. I'm going to set a future hearing date depending on what I rule because the calendar is so crowded. I will rule on whether you can submit late evidence, but I'm turning to Miss Booker, Miss Young, if the 29th the briefs are due, we would then, assuming. So they were due on the 29th. And she was trying to say, like, okay, so I get it. Like, the calendar's booked. There's a lot going on because of Thanksgiving. It does say that up there. Do have Thanksgiving interviews. And I certainly don't want anyone here or your due diligent team of people to not enjoy their Thanksgiving. It does say that at the top. And then documents filed. If we look, documents filed, 11/29 was the brief. Property of the court granted Thriller leave to submit evidence after the hearing of defendant anti-SLAPP motion and notice of ruling that was on the 24th. And she's just showing that, here's this is the new one that Ryan's suing Ethan, which we had seen previous. And said, could it be that Thriller is conceding their suit against H3 and parties so that Kavanaugh can personally sue Ethan Klein? How do you think this new suit will go? I think this new suit will go just the way it's been going. Crappy. They're going to throw, well, he said this, and he said that, and he said this, and he said that. And it's going to be a he said, she said war back and forth. But it's not going to prove that Ethan really put out defamatory statements against him or did, because if you're putting your main complaint is this Variety article and him reading the Variety article, come on now. That's not him writing the article. Oh, it's okay. Have fun. I'll be here. Love ya, Miranda. Have a great night. If I don't catch you around, I'll be around. I know Siwa is doing a stream too tonight, and I'll be over there hanging out. So that was H3. H3 also has another issue that I saw with Tipster. This is kind of an interesting one, and I wanted to bring this attention because I saw it on Tipster's live, and it's with Teddy Fresh, so it's more of his wife's company. So Teddy Fresh has a new design with a dinosaur on it, right? Well, someone on their Reddit was like, she's into knitting. She's a fan of H3. Saw that by chance. She went to a thrift store and had found this dinosaur knitting pattern book and wanted to just share, like, hey, oh my God, it's the same design. How cool, kind of thing. Well, people are upset and thinking that Gila or Ethan purposely copied this knitting company book from like 1995, when really they had a team, and the person so Ethan made comments regarding this in a live. I do have a clip from it, saying like the person that submitted this idea has now left the company, and they didn't know it was from this knitting like book that was back from 1995. But let's look at the original Reddit post that was made, since it's now been deleted, and there is a bunch of controversy with that going on, saying that Ethan deleted it. Ethan did not delete it. The actual post person deleted it because she didn't realize it was going to get as big as the story got, and people all up in the air upset because of this. And she makes that comment. So, yeah. And someone in the chat was like, on Tipster's chat, was like, well, if it wasn't a big deal, why would he delete the post? Well, he didn't delete the post, and that's why he brought it like to the H3 podcast to be like, this is what happened. I wasn't aware of this. We took it off the website until we can contact. So what they're trying to do is they're going to contact the person that did the knitting pattern and see if they can actually use that now that they know someone else kind of owned it. So this is the archive site that I got this from. And this is the original Reddit post, which I will make this bigger, take me off the screen, and I will kind of zoom in for us. So it says, saw the dinosaur jumper is coming out soon and had to share this weird coincidence. I found this 1995 knitting pattern. Guessing the inspiration while thrifting? So people are thinking, like I said, Gila did the design, which it is, yes. I have better photos of each one. So this is another post here. That's the live. We don't want to look at, here we go. So here's the actual, her wearing the jumper, they're calling it. And notice, I'm just going to point this out because I did notice this. It has words all around it. Okay, the mountains are purple. There's like the lava coming out, and there's a sun. It's different mountains. It's not a volcano. There are palm trees. And yes, there is a sun. But it is the same dinosaur. Same dinosaur, same colors. Same dinosaur, same colors. It is, yes, very coincidental. Right? If you're searching knitting, it's a knitting pattern book. Not even a book. Knitting patterns. And here's the kid wearing the knitting patterns. And if I zoom in too, it is kind of coincidental that there is kind of a lava volcano thing with the cloud. Yes. Those mountains, though, are dark maroon, not purple, but it could just be the coloring of the book. But how crazy is that? That is pretty much the exact copy. There's your lava. This is the actual knitting pattern itself. So it literally came like, so the person that must have think like, oh, my grandmother knitted me a sweater back in 1995. They want to do these dinosaur things. Maybe I could just recreate it. Or like they had, who knows? Maybe they were knitting fans. We don't know. Thank you. Motorcycle going by my house. It's not a speedway. I don't live on a racetrack, but they sure think so. So this is just, the frenemies room, which is the actual Instagram against them. So a lot of people were wondering. So this is why I got some of these posts, because depending if there's a deal or anything behind the scenes, who knows? I'd like to think they clued up on these types of things, especially with the JC situation. So people are upset mainly, so they copied the knitting design, but yet they get mad at James Charles for color blocking. That's what this is still all about. It's not really about the dinosaurs. It's about how he went after James Charles for color blocking how many months ago, or last year, or whatever it was. That's what people are upset about. And now here he is copying somebody. Ethan always throws a fit if somebody copies them, even though their designs are just a bad copy of something else that already exists. The difference is that this person who created the dinosaur pattern distributed the pattern for reproducing. So because it is a pattern, knowing that people are going to knit this to make this into a sweater, is it something that they can sell, considering that they know people are going to make this? That was like what people are asking. And then someone said, but not for resale, and still a copy paste and not an original design. So even if it was okay to put on sweaters and sell it for thousands, the clients look like the hypocrites because they shit on everyone who has a slight similar design to theirs, which is true. And it's a personal project and a small scale would be all right to use the pattern given it is in a book. And that's what I was thinking. But as a large scale production, they might get into legal trouble if the person who designed these patterns gets to know about it. I do know Ethan said he is trying to reach out to the company that did the knitting pattern to see if they can sell it, but he's taken it off the website. And this is where he talks about it, if this lets us play it here. Actually, I'll just put the video up. It's easier this way. Pretty much, even when I show you the video, it's the same thing. He says the same thing I just said, pretty much. He's like, how? He's like, we didn't, know this came from a knitting book. Like, we didn't I would reverse image search it. I would, because you know how eBay is. You never know what you'll find on eBay, and eBay might just have the book up there, and then it would have been like, oh, okay. But if you search the web and nothing comes up, and then someone who just goes into a thrift store finds this from 1995, it is a coincidence. It is a legit coincidence. And the person that is no longer on Teddy Fresh's team, who gave them the design, is no longer there anyway, so they can't even fire the guy because he's not even there anyways. When you apply for a copyright, the process includes looking for others that trademark that design. Okay. Huh. That is so good to know. Now, so they have a whole process that they have to include, like, okay, we've looked, we haven't seen it here, we haven't looked here, to prove that it's not, copied kind of thing legally. Never actually done a copyright, so that's interesting. Like, my photo is my photo, but I would have to prove it's my photo kind of thing, and it's not copied somewhere else, and then I can copyright it. Oh, and when the OA.
All right, so there's been a huge amount of well, I don't know, huge is subjective, but on the Teddy Fresh subreddit,
there's
people
been
have
enough
been going
drama
wild about this topic, and then Keemstar picked it up, which is awesome.
Keemstar's in Tipster's chat, but Keemstar did pick it up before that, but he didn't realize, so Keemstar is always in Tipster's chat. I have noticed that. But he was like, wait, he's getting sued by Ryan Kavanaugh again? Like, Keem, you didn't know that? Come on. You know someone is going to be like, guess what, Keem? And you know Keem's doing the happy dance.
And then he tweeted it, and he made a video about it. So
Wait, really?
Oh yeah, he did.
Oh,
that's what made it
fun.
So okay, let me tell this from the beginning. Maybe one of you guys can link and timestamp the Keemstar stuff while I do this. So somebody,
I don't think
I wish I had the original post, but they erased it. So somebody,
and he says it right there. Somebody made the post and then they erased it. But when I was watching it in Tipsters to begin with, everyone was questioning why Ethan, hello Angela, why Ethan deleted it. Which I have that post by the original post maker explaining why she deleted it.
Was thrifting and found an old knit.
Oh, so there is a license expiration too, and if it expires and it's not renewed, it's fair game. So 95, that is a long time ago. They might have not renewed it. How long is the question? Is it 10 years, 20 years, 30 years? It depends on what they copyright it for. Could you like set a date, or is it a set date for all copyrights? We'll have to look into this. Shay, you're pretty smart, girl. I love it.
Book from 1995.
I will say
and it
I
had
do like
an
this
identical
lady,
illustration
and that's Fresh.
as this was the one I think they found. To this, it was identical.
He's
and
stuttering.
They just found it by weird circumstance in a thrift store.
So, like,
and,
I would like to say, too, I like the design personally. It's a cool dinosaur sweater, usually 5 to 10 years. Okay, so that would be 95 if they didn't keep it up. That would have been 2005, or at least 2000, depending. That's a long time ago. 1995, I was still playing with dinosaurs with my brother. But I like the design. It's cool. It's a dinosaur on a sweater. I don't really know why they put all these words around it, like come back to us, dinosaur, like things like that. We miss you. Like, I don't get that. Smiling down, up on us, smiling down, upon us. Never forgot. Like, always in our hearts. I don't understand the words. I mean, it does kind of make it different. And that's what I was trying to say to Tipster. I was like, well, technically the color is different and there's wording. So doesn't that make that like with fair use claims? So with the Project Runway stuff, I can play the Project Runway video as long as I put commentary over it. I pause it and talk in between. Or I can add like a light change, or I can add a symbol onto it, or I can change it just a little tweak. Like I could put a red dot and be like, well, this red dot, it makes it different than the actual video that it is, and it's fair use. So that's what I was wondering with the copyright. If it's a different color, does that make it technically different than the original? Usually knitting and sewing patterns, they don't care because it goes out of style. Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. 95. When knitting
they
was
posted
cool.
on the Teddy First subreddit, like, you know.
But this
actually,
person
Keemstar is the one that
it's
documented
like 20-something
it.
years
So
old, and she's all about knitting, so it's still a thing.
Sweet. Thanks,
Angela,
man.
It was used in
Angela is a great knitter, by the way. She got some cool yarn that she shows me all the time. And she needs to knit me a cool beanie so I can wear it for us.
But, huh?
Oh!
It was, actually.
Oh!
That's true.
That's
incidentally.
perfect.
By the way, lots of people were missing you on...
So then he talks to him about how he was missing on Friday, how his grandmother didn't get him steak for Thanksgiving, yada, yada, yada. I had to keep this in there because I wanted to show the last part. So there's apparently like the subreddits, right? They have a Frenemies subreddit that was originally made for Trisha's fans because they didn't like the H3 Reddit. Well, all these people from the Frenemies Reddit have been fighting, and there's a Frenemies 2, 3, 4 subreddits. There's 4. Now there's a 5 because Dan decided to make a 5th one during this whole process of finding out all about the subreddits. They go into the subreddits and why they hate Ethan. There's all these crazy posts, but he gets back into the dinosaur stuff again more towards the end.
The video, that's a tribute.
Alike, and it's some dude on a train. I mean, that's
Nothing
how
wrong
he
with
gets his
that.
jollies.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, we got a general contractor?
Where do they talk about it? They talk about a lot of other crap in between. They're like me. They're on like ADHD. They got their ADHD.
That is still pretty neat. Rent free. Oh, now this is a new Trisha talking point, apparently, is that we ripped off our. Not Trisha, whoever the fuck is driving these.
They ripped off their Teddy Fresh with
This
the knitting
apparently we
pattern
ripped our
logo.
logo off. It doesn't look anything like
They
it,
get
bro.
all their stuff from
Yeah,
knitting
Teddy, you
patterns.
guys didn't
apparently.
claim to invent teddy bears.
No, it's
so.
exactly. This is where they're reaching.
Be careful. Take this off the
This
screen
is what
when he's
happens with
scrolling.
people.
Keemstar's
They like
reply.
to take one little thing, twist it, do like a 180 and make it into something that it's completely not. Like, this is the problem with YouTube. Not just for like H3, even us smaller YouTubers. I could be like, the sky is blue. They take that and be like, oh my God, Jackie said the sky was blue, but really it is like a gray blue. And she is being this and this because she said the sky is blue. Like, reach, twist. Like, this is what I don't get about YouTube. So yeah, he was just like, now people are saying that they ripped off the Teddy Fresh logo from Knitting Patterns. It's
No, you can. I was telling Ian.
Oh, yeah.
Because
I'm
his
just gonna
replies
close it.
oftentimes will just suddenly have
Into
like the
Keemstar
dildo
tributes.
Yeah, exactly.
Have you
and they just go into more, like I said, random talk. But yeah, so the original poster did post back because someone questioned why the post was taken down. And she did do her due diligence and say, listen, I took my post down and this is why. So let's bring that up because I want to point this out because I do know there was a lot of people upset in Tipster's stream. And I tried to point it. So I'm on Tipster's Discord and I tried to point it out in the news submission area and I tagged Tipster and I got in trouble for tagging Tipster. Because apparently you're not supposed to tag Tipster. But I wanted him to know that, like, Ethan didn't delete it. Like, this person actually responded and said why she deleted the post. So I was like, okay, I'm in trouble now. Oh, you did defend Keem today. I will defend anyone that actually has to be defended. If they did something that they, like, people are saying they did something and they didn't do it, I will defend it, even if I don't like that person. That is just me. That Teddy Fresh is so 80s. It is. It is very 80s. That's kind of why I like it, though. I don't own anything. It's too expensive for me. Like $80 for $90 for a dinosaur sweater that's ripped off. That's what people were upset about, which I don't blame them. But hey, original poster of the dino jumper post here. I actually deleted it, which was probably a bit reactionary last night because honestly, I didn't expect it to get such a response. My friend messaged me yesterday morning to let me know it was on the Frenemies Room, an Instagram T account, and I'd also noticed it shared on the Frenemies subreddit, then Keem, smacking her hand against her face. I agree. I also wasn't smart enough to use a fake username. I just felt very, very anxious about it, especially also the design isn't even out yet. I originally shared the post because I saw the Instagram picture of Hilo wearing the jumper design in one of Ethan's TikToks and couldn't believe it because I'd found the dinosaur knitting pattern recently and they looked very similar. I actually assumed someone had knitted it for her, maybe, and it was the silly excitement that someone I'm a huge fan of was styling this random 90 kids jumper that I was planning on trying to make too. Worlds colliding over novelty knitwear. Well, I found the pattern in a charity shop. As some others have mentioned, it is easily Googled and might be better known that I originally assumed. I obviously know posting it would start some debate on the similarities, but I was interested in the discussion that too, and undecided on whether it was an issue. Still am. Which she keeps going too. The more I think about it, it's not the legal right aspect that bothers me because I trust Teddy Fresh do their due diligence. It was more the fact that I had perhaps naively assumed everything was a complete 100% original design. And everyone also thinks that Gila makes all these designs. She has creators that help with these designs. She's not the one making these designs. She does make a couple, yes, but not all of them. Inspired by the 90s, this therefore might be my own misplaced personal disappointment. I don't know. And it's just more about her like going into, charity shops, marked up prices, the idea of repurposing 90s designs, being part of Teddy Fresh. But she's like, ultimately, I'm an H3 fan and still hugely respect Gila as a designer and entrepreneur. I was rummaging on all this a lot and felt as though I'd opened a can of worms that was more accusatory than the original post had ever intended it to be. So she didn't want that post to be so accusatory. She just thought it was like, oh my God, I was going to knit this. And look, my favorite creator is knitting, like, made a design with it too. How cool. That was what she was trying to do. And kind of talk about it too, just to see more than anything. But it wasn't Ethan that deleted the post. And these are people commenting underneath her. She made friends that also like to knit, and they are going to actually knit the pattern together, and they're going to have fun. I think that's cool. But you can't accuse somebody for, like, this is where people are like, well, he has all these sock accounts. I don't think he deleted it. I believe that she actually deleted her own post, and people are still saying that he deleted it after all of that. All right. Besides H3, all this craziness that's going on, he has a lot going on, H3. I feel bad. And Gila's still pregnant. Like, poor thing. Like, all dinos in the 90s look the same. They do. I had a dino that looked just like that. Let's though talk about this crazy Michael Saltz, which was Tati Westbrook's lawyer regarding the situation with Natalie, or AKA Nat. So, Saltzy put up some tweets, and I'm going to put the tweets up for us because these are insane. When YouTube gets to be this crazy, there's an issue. That's just how I feel. It's just too much. I don't know. It's like, go outside, get a hobby sometimes, like, kind of feeling. So, Michael Saltz on December 3rd posted this. Natalie Kennett has now admitted to creating CP, perjury, obstructing justice by fabricating conversations with me and other evidence to give to others to impugn my reputation, filing false crime reports, making death threats, cyberstalking, harassing me and my family. Yeah. This is insane. So, she had wrote an email. Let's note, it says Natalie Rose to Michael and Aaron. Aaron, I believe, she's sending this also to EKC as well. and maybe a few others. We can't really see if there's others, but there's no subject, and it says, I know there is something wrong with me. I've known this for a long time. I've told people, and they tell me I have DID. So she has never been actually diagnosed, from what I've been told, and I am assuming, and what I've heard from different things. She's not actually been diagnosed with DID. She has been told she has DID or thinks she has DID. Okay, so this is supposed to be, but if that's true, one of us is a psychopath, because every time threats get sent, there's an investigation, and Dennis owns up, or Stacy. These are her DID personalities. But this is supposed to say don't prosecute because of my mental health. I know. I need Dennis gone or locked away because he's part of me, and I don't have the memory of what he does when I'm not present in body. I didn't know he sent threats or CP until I was fully back in my body on the 26th of October. I have no doubt what's transpired. Sophie Long's S.A. KJ told the world she was a brat. Yes, we know this. S.A. victim, child, it triggered a response. I don't remember anything from a large portion of this year. So is she blaming KJ for calling Sophie a brat because of the SA claims to trigger this response in these personnel? Is that what she's trying to say there? Because that's what I didn't understand about that sentence. Sophie Long's SA, KJ told the world she was a brat. SA victim, child, It triggered a response. I don't remember anything from a large portion of this year. What I found out in June and again in October was basically that was just relayed. I figured you'd report me and finally I'd be locked up. I'm not. Okay, the next one says, I'm not safe being on the internet. When I lose myself, shit occurs. I've never been able to control it, and I've spoken to so many people and begged them to lock me up in a prison or an institution, any place that I'm monitored, because when I am me, I'm fine. When I'm not, chaos erupts. It's a reoccurring theme. I'm so messed up. I know this is completely effed up, or effed, and conspired like my alt, really effing good at this shit. And I found out, I tried to block it out and was in extreme denial. But every new video Stacy posts is just a constant reminder how out of control this is right now. Stacy is, I guess, one of her alts. So she's trying to say all the videos that she has posted on YouTube has been her DID personality, Stacy. It hasn't been her. Okay. It's a constant reminder how out of control this is right now. I don't have control. I've spiraling because I feel trapped in my own body and mind. I handed myself in recently and told them everything, and they refused to do anything. Just refer me back to my mental health team. So why isn't her mental health team doing anything? I'm shocked. If she said, listen, I sent CP, I've been harassing and threatening, trying to get this man's job taken down, I don't understand why they wouldn't have done something, like actually prosecuted her or helped her by putting her into an institution, like she says, to get the help she needs. They're just going to refer her back to her mental team, that they're not going to check to make sure her mental health team is actually helping her. That doesn't make sense to me. This is my issue. While claiming undiagnosed medical conditions online don't do it, I say this because my education is the medical field. There you go. I know my issues because I've been diagnosed. I was diagnosed, oh my gosh, in 3rd grade by 3-4 different people for my ADHD. I've learned now to use it to my best ability in better ways, but no way she's talking to medical professionals. That's what I mean. And they're not checking back to see that these medical health team is helping her. They're just like, no, you go back to your medical health team. They'll help you. Instead of doing something about everything she's admitting she's done. That's what doesn't make sense. I know something seriously wrong with me in my head. My alter Dennis gets off on doing shit to people to destroy me as host, and I have tried every type of therapy there is, but none of it helps. You've tried every type of therapy, but none of it helps. You should. So I've been through therapy. I've been through, you got to keep doing it, keep trying. If you don't like your therapist, then you try to find somebody else that can help you. But you can't just say, give it a week, give it a month, give it a year. You got to give it time. Also, the more time you give, the better it actually helps you. I need serious effing help. Locked away, monitored, because as long as Dennis has free range, I can't stop him. And what's worse is I don't have any memory of it. I delete videos I see they have created, him and Stacy, and I don't know what to do. But I feel like she thinks, Shay, if she gets locked away, she's going to get the help that she needs. If she gets locked away for crimes, in a prison, I don't think they're going to help her the way she needs to be helped. She needs to actually go somewhere where they can actually help her. And can't she go and do this herself? I don't understand why she hasn't. Trust if she has DID, she would be unaware of which alt was taking over. Exactly. Because I've watched people that have actual DID, and they don't, it's me with my, not trying to compare it, but with my epilepsy, I don't know when I'm going to have a trigger, and I don't know what happens at all when I am done having the convulsions and I'm actually coming out of the seizure. I don't know anything that I say, do, or anything. I am told what I say and do, but I have no recollection at all. So I'm assuming it's kind of like that. Someone else takes over. She has no recollection, anything. It's like she just snaps back into reality kind of mode, like me after a seizure. And it's like, what just happened? Time kind of went by and now you're back kind of feeling. It is a weird feeling, yes. I see fake conversations on Messenger, fake Gmails, false evidence in a Dropbox, and I don't know where it comes from. Saltz, I'm begging you, please make sure they do something. Please make them do something. Otherwise, this will be continued. Dennis and Stacy is obsessed, and since November, the shit has just escalated. Yes, I agree. If she has a mental health team, they would be treating her. That's where I was like, if she has a team, why aren't they doing something? I need help. Mental and physical help. My head is effed. I believe part of my system is narcissistic and a psychopath. I believe that is to be true because it does not cover it. I can't stop this. You can. That's why I handed my account over to you for the FBI could trace everything. I know alts keep messaging you, but I don't see that until I look on my sent folder. I don't know what they do behind my back. Everything that's happened. I'm sorry. I adore you. Truly. That just makes me even more cringe. It's like, I am sorry that I'm doing all this, but I still adore you so much. No. Back away. What my system did to you and others are truly horrific. So this is 2 of 3. We will be seeking to have Miss Kennett prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law. To the extent we will be asking that the authorities bring attempted murder charges. Swatting is reckless misconduct that is intended to place anyone at risk of death. Yeah, me too, Shay. Me too. I'm calling BS too. All right, so this is her from Mike Saltz. Yet it's a Michael Saltz Esquire 1 at Gmail. First off, he owns the law firm. He owns his own law firm domain name. He's not using Gmail. And why would you put Mike instead of Michael, knowing that it's like a lawyer? That's just stupid sock account, me thinking. She sent this to contact LAPD online. So she's pretending to be Michael Saltz, saying, I wish to hand myself in. I've S-worded my daughter. Like, really? Dead in my home today over a minor dispute that got out of hand. We struggled and the gun went off. I have M-worded my own daughter. Michael, she doesn't spell this right. Saltz, please come quick. That's the address he's covering up. Please come quick. There is blood everywhere. I hit my wife too. Why would you be emailing? Because she can't call. That's why she's emailing. But come on. 2, this is LAPD online at Gmail again. Same account. I'm going to S my wife dead. This is crazy. So then this one's from Natalie Speed. And if you look, do you remember back when KJ was getting, and even Salt and Emily D. Baker were getting those weird accounts, like from Twitter? One of them was a Chloe account. Here's a Chloe Carter, 919822. There was Penny, there was Chloe. Yeah, you call 911. Exactly. So this just, you have Natalie Speed, but the account is Chloe Carter. And this is a sheriff office. And she's also included Aaron, EKC people. I don't get that one. But anyways, shots fired. Shots fired. Emergency, please come quick. 2, here's the address. Now, this is where it gets crazy. Brian Laundrie has shot my husband, and he's holding me and my son hostage. Please come quickly. Brian Laundrie? What? PSA, EKC is tagged because she rang crying. I'm thinking it's ran crying. And said she has a gun to her daughter's head, but I don't know her address. Or like she rang, like called. It's, okay, rang, like called. Got it now. Why would she call you? So you got Brian Laundrie at your house holding your son and you hostage, but you're sending this email out and also letting the cops know that this person that you know also just called you, even though you're being held hostage and you're still answering the phone, that she has a gun and she's going to go do this to her daughter. How are you emailing the police department if you're being held hostage? How are you answering the phone if you're being held hostage? And why is someone else having a crisis just like you are having a crisis at the same time? Just very coincidental. Just saying. Right? Does that make any sense? That was, yeah, it was like, let's just add Brian Laundrie to this. So that way we can have so my name could be out there some more. Because if I say Brian Laundrie, I could be on this channel, and this channel, and this channel, and this channel, and this channel. Like, that's how I see it. Ugh. So Michael Saltz then puts, to the extent that you have been victimized by the conduct in which Miss Kennett has now admitted engaging, we are informed that you may file a complaint with UK authorities using the link below. Thank you to all that have assisted our investigation. And this is just someone that said, Nikki said, who investigated Nat? Do we have private resource investigating her, and you now intend to take these findings to authorities? Or are these the findings of the FBI? Are you aware victims of her seriously harassing abuse were not taken by the FBI? Are you aware victims of her serious harassing abuse were not spoken to by the FBI? Yeah, right? He was most likely there when she sent that, because that was like October 3rd. Yeah. Of course, Uni Rock had to put his 2 cents in there. Saying, and you're welcome. Glad to assist. What a sad story it turned out to be. What did he assist in? Just saying. What did he assist in? Nothing. Mr. Blackwell got the great idea, though, laughing at Uni Rock's post. That was to Uni Rock's post, which I actually got to talk to Mr. Blackwolf, and he seemed really, really cool. And he said to me, I just want to point this out. So I talked to Mr. Blackwolf because I wanted to ask, I've asked some of my friends, but I wanted to ask someone that knows the YouTube streets if he thinks, because he is a black man himself, if the word uppity is racist. And he says that the word itself is not racist, that yes, there have been terms where like people have used uppity to describe like white people not understanding, like making it seem like black people were lower than white people, kind of uppity like that, but it's still an adjective. And when I think of the word uppity, I think of like the Real Housewives, like these uppity bitches on the Real Housewives. They're like snobbing, showing us all their millions of dollars of stuff. That's what I think the word. It's an adjective. And he agreed with me that it's not racist, though there has been sentences used with racist terms with the word uppity in it. There is also a movie, I researched this, with the title uppity that talks about like racism and things like that. But the word itself is not racist. So please stop saying the word is racist. Because it's a word. Uppity is not, when I say uppity, I am not being racist. Come on. Yeah, right? Snobs. Yes, exactly. They're being like, look at me. Oh. Like, I will say, I do like the new Orange County housewife. I love Heather Dubrow, but she is definitely an uppity bitch. I mean, look at this new house that her and her husband designed. 18 rooms. They got this. They got a playroom. They got a movie theater. They got her closet looks like Beauty and the Beast closet. Like, they got a room for everything. They got 2 kitchens. They have a chef quarters. Like, that to me is being a little uppity, showing me what you got. This like etched tree design that she designed that took her 5 years. Because she was talking about that when she was on the OC, the Real Housewives of Orange County, and now she's showing it, and it's finally there. So that took a long time for that true design. Let's just say that. And then we got some more people just saying, like, laughing at Unirock. What did you do? Yeah, like, what did Unirock do to help? Good luck. Hope this is all resolved. Like, oh, yeah. Thanks for the link. People just thanking him. And more people saying, I hope you'll be successful in having this prosecuted to the fullest. More replies. These are just all the comments that were there. So, Nat is in some trouble. I really don't know what is going to actually happen, though. I don't know how the UK works with their justice system, and me and Dom were trying to figure out, like, did the FBI hand over everything? Is the investigation done through the FBI personally, and now the UK is taking over? Like, that's what it's seeming like, but the investigation is not going to be done until she is prosecuted and put away. So if you have any evidence, go to if you've been harassed by her, anything, you can go to Mr. Salt's Twitter, and he has the link on where you can contact there to, like, kind of figure out how to give this information to the right people, because there is just a lot. She has done a lot of, like, back and forth. Like, I don't believe that it was all just her personality problems. Honestly, I think it's more of an excuse now than anything. But we don't know. We don't know, honestly. She has not been fully diagnosed, so we can't say that she is. One more quick thing that I found too. Ms. Gabby Hanna. You gotta throw a little Gabby Hanna in there for the works. Gabby posted this on the 2nd of December. And it says, since I know it's tiny and I can scroll up so we can read it. But it says, I used to do social media for a living. You used to do social media for a living? So what do you do now? You're still on social media. You're still posting. Oh, Gabby. Yeah, I think her trolling got out of control. That's what I think. I think she got a little out of control, and now she's trying to use that as an excuse to kind of cover it up. Kind of feel just what it feels like. We don't know. We don't have the evidence. Everybody else does, like the FBI and all that. It just seems like there was way too much that was going on, and that's a lot. That is a whole lot happening. It got too far. She was the one that had the pictures. I don't know if you saw these pictures saying that she got R'd and she was tied up, and she had pictures of, like, her on the ground with her hands behind her back. It was really scary looking. And we don't know if those are actually true or false or what, but those are scary. What if she was lying about that? Like, there's a lot. Nat did a lot just to get her name out there. She was on a freaking lawsuit, for God's sakes. Like, I just think it's too much. Gabby does music and books now, right? She does music and I used to do social media. Now I'm just an artiste. She's an artiste. She does art. I write poetry books. And I do music. Because maybe I'm the monster. It kind of reminds me of the troll who lived in Yes. That was bad. Like, being a troll is like a full-time job. Like, you got nothing else to do, and you literally just let it take over. I don't understand. Like, I get the internet, like, maybe just because we grew up with the internet kind of developing and kind of coming to, and now all these other kids have had the internet their whole life, where we kind of had a computer but it didn't connect online, and then all of a sudden we connected it online, and then we had AIM and AOL, and it just, yeah. I'm not a fan of Gabby either. I gotta send you my Gabby Hanna video that I actually made 2 Gabby Hanna videos. So when she did that new song where she was in like the bathtub, I did a video of all of her pause screenshots that I took. I made a video of all like her screenshots to the song. I'll have to send it to you, Shay. It's pretty funny. It's just like I was talking, it was back when I was talking to Josh, and I just like kept pausing the video, like, oh my god, this video is crazy. And I just would get the like best pause screen, because I have the best pause screen game. And I was like, I gotta screenshot this, and I took all the headshots and made a weird Gabby video of all the headshots. Really? Well, that's where that troll belonged. See, I think that Natalie needs to be incarcerated, but I also feel like if she really does have all of these issues, that incarceration is not going to help her mental health issues, and she really does need help. So maybe they can like put her in an institution to get her the help, or see if like this is true or not, and then do what they need to do. I mean, because jail's not going to help the mental health issue. She might end up actually going there and doing something crazier to somebody there if these are real issues. Like, that's just how I feel. I think it needs to be handled with gloves, and she does need to be held accountable for everything she's done. But I am the caring person where I think it's like, well, they need to figure out if this is really an issue or not, and then do what they need to do to help her, but also prosecute her as well. They don't have long-term institutions anymore? Really? So that doesn't really help. So they can't keep her long-term in an institution. But could they, like, get her the help she needs, and then, send her to, like, hey, we know what's wrong, and here she can be on the government then will be paying for the medication for her in jail and still too. So that wouldn't really help. That's a really tough issue then, because there's not like a long-term institution anymore now. Wow. I did not know that. See, this whole time I'm thinking, oh, she can go to a long-term institution and be locked away. Like, so there isn't. Damn. Why not? People need help. Granted, if this was back in like the 30s, 40s, I would be considered crazy. No, I would have to be in an institution for my epilepsy, because that's what they used to do to people that had epilepsy back in the day. People that had anxiety, people that were bipolar, they used to lock them away like they were the worst thing in the world. They could get her the proper treatment. Okay, so they could. All right. Yeah, so like do what you got, do the due diligence of finding out if this is actually an issue or not with her, and then prosecute her for doing all of this stuff. Do I think murder is a little too crazy to be charging her with? Ugh, she did harm a lot of people and a lot of threats. Granted, she's over there and they're over here, and that's very long. You can't throw something that far. Let's just say over the water, through the woods. That's far. But she is causing a lot of harm in people's lives and is making these threats. I just don't know. Like, I don't know. Attempted that's a lot. I don't know. We'll see what happens. I will keep us all updated, and I will be looking somehow to figure out how we can figure out what's going on over there with her case, because I know UK has different like laws with cases, not like the US where we can easily look them up and see what's going on and all of that. They keep things a little bit more protected over there, so we'll have to see what happens, but I will keep looking to let us like all know what's going on with it, because that's crazy. She was harming people that had nothing to do with the case at all. Like anything, like any anti-KJ or like even Emily, who wasn't technically, I wouldn't consider Emily D. Baker an anti-KJer, though she talked about KJ's case because she's a lawyer. She went after like Emily, like she went after EKC, she went after Charlotte, she went after so many people. People like Truth Sloop, like people that didn't even have anything to do with anything. She went after a lot of people. So they passed that act in the 70s and closed them down in the 90s. Wow. Well, that's good to know. It just, I feel bad because there are some people that need that long-term help. So, well, what do these people get? They don't get that help anymore. And like, what defines someone for long-term help? That's the issue that they probably didn't want to figure out. Who really needs the long-term help and who doesn't really need it 24/7, 365, and just let's close it down. But there are people that actually need that 24-hour help. Yeah, she's an attorney talking about lawsuits, but yet she was attacked because it was KJ. She was talking about KJ's lawsuit, and she was involved because she was talking. No. You don't include her. I don't include her in the anti-KJ community at all. Just like I don't consider myself in the anti-KJ community because I speak about KJ once in a blue mood. Like, she is a bigger YouTuber. I'm going to talk about bigger YouTuber issues, and she just seems to cause a lot of problems herself. Plus, she's like Gabby Hanna and like Trisha. She's like that fly you just can't kill. Like, she just keeps buzzing. But anyways, I am going to head out. It's been so much fun. Thank you, Shay, for hanging out with me. I've loved being able to chat with you, girl. Anytime you want to come up here and chat with me, I would love that. Like, I know Wednesday I do like the kickback and relax stream. Let's come up and just chat with me and hang out. Like, let's have some fun. We'll play some funny videos and we can laugh together. Dom is just Dom. Dom's always welcomed. But I do know Siwa is going live in 15 minutes, so I'm getting myself a bowl of freaking ice cream, not popcorn, ice cream, and going to enjoy that while I watch Siwa and check out what's going on. But I hope everybody has a wonderful weekend. And Shay, I know I'll see you around, girl. Thank you so much for hanging out. Miranda, I know you'll be catching the rest of this. Thank you for coming and hanging out with me. Dom, you know I love you. And everybody on my replay crew, thank you for watching and enjoying. And if you have any submissions that you want to submit before the end of December for the yearly YouTube recap, I will be doing a yearly YouTube recap for us over all the big stories that happened this year on YouTube, so we can go over it. So let me know if you have any good ones, and I'll be happy to include that in it. I hope everyone has a wonderful weekend, and I will see you guys, and I'll see some of you in a little bit. If not, I'll see you later on. Have a good evening, everybody. Love ya all. Bye.